If you're thinking about starting an Etsy print-on-demand business, there are a handful of things that can save you thousands of dollars, months of frustration, and prevent you from making the same mistakes almost every beginner makes. Today, I'm sharing the 10 things I wish someone had told me before I started, and some of these can literally determine whether your first listings ever get sales. Alright, so the first one, a lot of people always get this confused, but Printify does not bring you customers. Printify is just your production partner. It's a form of fulfillment. So when it comes to getting sales, you have marketplaces, your own standalone store, you got marketing, you got social media, you have different forms of traffic that gets you to your product. Now Printify, they allow you the opportunity to have a product without ever touching it, without ever having to ship it, and they do that heavy work for you. It's still up to you to do that whole front end of the work, to create the traffic, to create the sales, and then Printify prints and ship the product to your customer for you. So where I've seen lots of success and I've taught thousands of people how to see their first sales on Etsy as well, is going to be Etsy. Etsy is where traffic comes from. And the reason why Etsy is so simple and it's so easy to get started is because it's a marketplace. There's already traffic there. You don't need to do advertising. You don't need to do Facebook ads, Google ads. You don't need to do social media marketing. You don't need to create content and whatnot. There's already people coming to the website searching for what they want. You still need good products, SEO, thumbnails, pricing, and niches. But here's the thing, Printify does not bring you the customers. That's still up to you. Number two, product research matters more than the design. Lots of people think they're truly creative, they have the best art in the world, they're the most amazing designer ever, and that may be true. But the problem with that is that you don't know if your designs are validated, they are amazing, it's something that the customers actually want. And I get all the DMs all the time like, hey Rich, what do you think about this design? Hey Rich, do you think this is gonna work? I don't know. I'm not your audience. You have to go out there and test the audience, see if this is something that they actually want. So this is the reason why, especially if you're just starting. See, my background was a graphic designer. I have my bachelor's, it's this way, in graphic design. I've been graphic designing since I was 13. I am 35. I literally made a living doing graphic designs from I was 13 to I was 20. I made tons of nightclub ads, tons of billboard designs, tons of business card designs. It does not matter how great of a designer that you are. Eventually, you'll be able to master this when it comes to putting on products and whatnot. But in the beginning, product research matters more because you need to know what customers want. You need to understand demand. You need to know what products are selling. And you need to understand why competition is actually a good sign. When people are competing, creating the same design over and over, there's a reason for it, because there's demand for it. Lots of people think it's saturated because there's so much competition. It's actually the complete opposite in a sense. That's when you can add your own flair, make it better than the others. Don't just upload random graphics to begin with. Do some product research, understand what the audience wants, and then over time, you can use those amazing graphic design skills that you have to create something entirely unique and dynamic and stands out compared to your competitors. Number three, choose your print provider carefully. Not every Printify provider is equal. You have the quality, the shipping speeds, the print consistencies and so forth. But here's the thing. Lots of people think they should order themselves every single sample. Probably 99% of the products that we have shipped out from Printify, we never ordered a sample. We just trust in the actual process. But the thing is, you got to be picky about the ones that you choose, because some of the providers could be coming from overseas and it could take a whole lot longer. Some people don't like it when products are coming from overseas. You just need to be really clear about where your products are actually coming from. And depending on the actual product, you want to keep in mind if that product also carries a different product that you're also supplying. So for example, you might have a company called Swift POD, and then you might have Underground Threads. And if you're doing a Comfort Colors sweatshirt with one of them and doing a Comfort Colors t-shirt with another one, and someone purchased both items, you're going to pay shipping twice to your customer because it's shipping from two different locations. But if you choose the same consistent print provider for both products, and let's say the customer purchased the sweatshirt and a t-shirt from you, but you have this coming from one print provider, you're only paying shipping once. So you're already saving money right there, right in your pocket, because whenever a customer is purchasing more than one product and it's coming from the same print provider that you chose, then you are saving on shipping. Number four, profit isn't what you think. You can't just you're gonna sell $30 for a sweatshirt on Etsy, and then you see on Printify it only costs $15 printed and shipped for that actual product. Your profit is not $15. So I've showed multiple research tools. I've shown you Allura, EverBee, profit tree, the list goes on. A lot of these have profit calculators on there, and you can type in the cost of the product, you could type in the shipping, and it'll show you the payment processing fees. And now you have an idea of what the real profit is. So now when it comes to pricing your actual products, it's a whole lot easier because you can price your products for the right price, so you know exactly what to expect whenever it comes to a sale. Number 5, aim for reviews, not maximum profit. This is a huge mindset shift for new sellers. Lots of people think you're just supposed to come in the game and you're just supposed to make a whole bunch of money, be insanely profitable, driving your Lamborghini tomorrow, but it doesn't work like that. So in the beginning, aim for those reviews. And whenever you aim for reviews, this means you might be making minimal profit and you're willing to ship out extra products if you have to. So let me explain. Your first goal isn't squeezing every single dollar out of each and every single sale. Social proof is one of the biggest ranking factors. So if you get some sales on an actual product, then you get some reviews, eventually one of the customers, they start posting photos. You know, this is social proof to someone else who's ready to buy. They know that you have shipped this product to customers before. People are happy with it. And then you are going to be more likely to get more sales. It's a domino effect. Now, this does not mean in the beginning, just because you have no reviews, means that you're not going to get any sales. It's still very possible that you can get those first few sales without reviews, especially if you have the right product, the right design at the right price. Everyone starts on the same exact page as you. 0. Everyone starts there. You can always do friends and family to begin with. Get a handful of reviews here and there. It will help you out. But in the beginning, just don't aim for maximum profit. Aim for those reviews. Aim for those transactions. The more reviews you get, the more transactions you get, the more Etsy is going to rank your product anyways, and then you can increase the margin over time. The truth is, yes, a shop with hundreds of positive reviews often converts a whole lot better than a brand new shop, but you still have room to come in with a better package design, better pricing, better everything else, so that you can still get those sales. And then eventually you start stacking those reviews as well. So consider pricing your products a little bit more competitively in the beginning, and then you can increase it over time. And honestly, those first few sales, whether it's profitable or not, will get you more confidence than you trying to be extremely profitable. And that confidence helps boost you so that you can continue to create more and more listings. And what did I mean by earlier when I was talking about, be willing to dish out, cost of products and whatnot? Sometimes someone might not be happy with a product and they might receive the exact print, the exact color, and everything that they wanted and needed. But it's up to you as a business owner to make these executive decisions. Printify is probably going to say they printed, they shipped it on time and everything, but the customer was still not happy. Maybe they need an exchange or they want to return. And you as a new business owner should be able to make that decision and say, hey, you know what? You can ship it back to my P.O. box, my address. I highly recommend a P.O. box. You can ship it back to my P.O. box and we'll submit that refund for you. And sometimes they're like, I don't want to pay for shipping. Sometimes in the very beginning, and I tell lots of people to do this, and this is up to you if you want to do it. I tell them they can keep the product and we'll refund you. And most of the time you get a 5-star review this way. So, that's up to you to decide. You're a business owner now. It's not time to make excuses where it's like, oh, I don't have $10, $20. You're going to have to find it. You're going to have to figure it out so that you could fuel your business. Okay. And I'm going to dive even more into that on number 9 or number 10. Number 6, Etsy SEO matters more than social media. All right, so titles, tags, categories, sections, whatever. The titles and tags are going to be the most important thing. Social media is not important. You can do all that marketing, create content, and hope that things work out for you. But you're hoping most of the time whenever you're posting content, you're hoping it's going to make it. The thing is, it's a search-based platform. You want customers who are coming in here and searching for the product, and you're providing the product that customers want. You don't want to go on social media and hope this is something that someone likes. They're not even warmed up to buy your product. You have to make someone stop and say, hey, I do want that. But when it comes to Etsy, it's a search-based platform. They're already coming on here saying, hey, I want something. I want this particular design. It's up to you to supply it. So now when it comes to titles and tags, here's the thing. 20 to 30% of your listings are going to be the real winners. You could knock it out of the park every single time. When you list your product, the key to it is volume, and it's volume but in quality. Okay, so if you have 10 listings up, they have to be the absolute best that you could possibly list at, and still only 2 to 3 of them are going to be real winners. But here's the thing, those 2 to 3 winners, they're going to carry your whole entire shop and make things worthwhile. Number 7, mockups, your packaging, your benefit images, your reviews, your social proof. That's what sells the product. okay? Not just the design and not just the price itself. A lot of people think just because they can design, once again, this is a huge flaw that I had because I started off as a designer. They think just because they see a winning product, a winning design, they could create that design and all of a sudden sales are coming. It's still dependent on how you package it and how you can make your packaging look better than the competitor. And I'm not talking about how you package and print and ship and package the actual product. You're not doing any of that. Printify is handling that for you, okay? So the mockups that you choose, AI mockups don't work really well when it comes to Etsy. Just gonna go ahead and let you know that right now. There are a handful that you can kind of get away with, but you know, I don't know what it is. Etsy just knows. So when it comes to mockups sell the product. And I'm not saying you have to go out there and stand out. Sometimes that's a big problem too. A lot of people come in here and they try to do something entirely different and it doesn't work. Mockups sell the product. Do the product research. I've done it in multiple videos. Whenever you do the product research, look and see what types of mockups are actually working. Number 8, one listing is not enough. Many beginners, they upload 5, 10, even 50, even 100 listings, and they think this is enough. Successful shops have thousands of listings, and you might not even see it sometimes. Sometimes you go on Etsy shop and you see it only has 200 listings. You didn't see the 800 failed listings. And honestly, we deactivate lots of listings anyways because, you know, this helps with your whole overall conversion of your whole entire shop itself. So as he sees, oh, they have 200 listings, majority of them are good, and we pretty much deactivate all the duds. So we don't look like a spammy shop. And the reason isn't just because you win in volume, but you become better in volume. And here's the thing, is there a magic number? Is there a magic amount of listings? No, it just depends how magically you could get better. Whenever you're listing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 listings per day, you just become a better designer. You become better at listing, become faster at listing. And you also understand the process so much that eventually you'll know when it's time to hire someone. And honestly, these are the things that really moves the needle. Most people, they list a handful and they're frustrated because they don't see any results and they give up. Well, if you give up, when are you going to get better? One of the biggest key takeaways that you could actually do is just list 3 to 5 listings every single day. By the end of the month, you have 90 plus listings and you got better, and you're working on your business every single day. You're not working on it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you're hoping it works out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the rest of the days. You're working on it every single day. You're moving the bar and you're making progress. That's what it's all about. People always think it's just about the results. The progress is just as important. All right, number 9. So this is something that you do know, but you don't realize that you know it, because most people, they use Printify for t-shirts. Yes, t-shirts are awesome. They have lots of competition, but for a reason, because there's so much demand for it. You can still hop on t-shirts and it could still work for you, but there's thousands of products on here. You could always reverse search. So don't forget that Printify gives you access to thousands of products. There's amazing products on here that sells just as crazy as t-shirts. There's blankets, canvas prints are amazing. Phone cases do very well. Ornaments do very well during the holidays. Mugs, tumblers, these are great products. And sometimes a lot of these products actually have better margin than just selling t-shirts. The more products that you experiment with, the more opportunities you have to find a winner. But here's also a big problem with this. There's so many products out there. People jump from one product to another so fast, so many times, they never master one. They don't even know how to make an amazing t-shirt listing to begin with. And all of a sudden they're hopping onto mugs and they're trying to create a listing for a canvas, prints, and so forth. And then, you know, you really never master one thing. So master one thing first and then move on to the next one. And then always stick to what I said. Focus on progress. Focus on making things better, not just listing things and hoping it works out on the weekend. And you know, most people are just working on the weekend and then hoping it works out during the week. You have to do this daily. Daily is what really moves the needle. Number 10, the barrier to entry is low. And that's why most people quit. This is a very small barrier of entry. You know, it's very simple to get started. It's very simple to hop on Etsy, to connect Printify. Anyone could open an Etsy shop in a day. You don't need inventory, you don't need an employee, you don't need a warehouse. And it's so simple that people think that, you know, it should be easy. You should list 1 or 2 items and you should see success. Okay, that barrier of entry is very low, but the results can be extremely lucrative. And the reward does not just go to someone who works hard, lists products all day. It goes to someone who not only works hard, but works smart as well. Understand what they're doing wrong, not willing to blame everyone else, not willing to blame the algorithm, because there's people just like you out there winning. Majority of these listings that you see that are doing $10,000, $20,000 plus per month is just a person just like you, okay? Just one individual. How do I know that? Because I'm one of them, done it multiple times, showed them results. I've helped multiple students reach 6 figures, helped multiple students reach over $1 million in sales on Etsy, have many friends who sell on Etsy, and they do very well, thousands of dollars every single month. It's very, very well possible. So don't ever doubt it. But the problem is you might get frustrated so much that frustration overlaps to progression. And this is where most people get overwhelmed and they feel like they want to give up. So if you start this, make sure you finish it. All right, so if this video helped you out, I got links down below, Printify, whatever else that you may need. If you want to work with me and my team, link down below as well. I'll see you guys on the next one.